Let's see if I can get a hold of Doug real quick and talk to him before the race. Hey, Doug Norton, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Doug, how you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. How about you?
Doing all right.
Hey, you have an awesome name, by the way. I just thought I'd tell you.
Yeah, you too.
So you are currently 5th in points in this series, but looks like about 4th through about 12th is pretty close in points. You just, how's tonight looking for you?
I'm going to try to survive the carnage, like I do every week.
Chris said tonight is already looking like it's going to be a struggle. You finding any tricks out there in practice?
No, not really. I tried to practice a little bit this weekend and just different lines, but I'm just kind of a steady Eddie. I'm not real fast. I'm about half a second off the pace, so I just try to stay out of trouble.
And try and stay off those inside tires, I hear.
Also, Chris.
Yeah, even though I own them, they're named after me, but I'm going to try to stay off of them.
That is awesome. Well, best of luck to you tonight. Hopefully, Doug will get to victory lane before the night's out. And you're in the 358 series, and you're not far out of the top 5 in that point series either.
Yeah, like I said, I just try to stay out of trouble and stay clean and let the fast guys take each other out.
Well, it definitely seems to be paying off with 2 races left in the series. You're on your way to the top.
Yeah, that was me in that mod race.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I have a good time with these guys.
Yeah, a great bunch of guys. Well, we'll let you get practice finished out, and hopefully we'll be talking to you later in the night.
Sounds good. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you, Doug. So awesome, it's almost like talking to myself. Hey, good evening, JJ Parr. All right, if you have a favorite driver, as always, drop their name in the chat. We'll see if we can interview them at some point. And we will try and do some ride-alongs tonight with 10 minutes left in practice. Not sure how well that is going to go, though. This is going to be an interesting night, to say the least. Trying to make sure we get these paint jobs loaded up. That is Chris Standridge's new paint job for this week. You notice he's been changing themes out week by week. Chris's is a... I went blank. Donnie Special tonight. White and yellow number 3 from the 90s. His dad actually ran a similar paint scheme back in the 90s, started winning, and every time he would start to win in that paint, everybody else would copy the paint. There was always the thing in the 80s and 90s, I was talking to Chris about this earlier, that NASCAR guys did not want pink anywhere on or in their car. It was bad luck. But once you found a lucky color, you stuck with it, and then you started seeing it on other cars. And tonight, Chris is hoping for a little bit of luck in that yellow 305 tonight. All right, so we mentioned the points with talking to Doug earlier. Oh, Derek, yeah, let's go. We can go look for Derek here. Derek is in the 40 car. Does not look like he's on track at the moment. There he is. Looks like he might be coming out here in a minute. All right, so talking about the points, we've got 2 races left in the season for these dirt boys. And in the 305s, Ryan Nesbitt is leading the field currently. He's got 19 points on Dwayne Kenner. Chris Standridge is back in 3rd, but he is about 40 points out of the lead. Corey Goodall is another 13 points behind him, and Doug Norton in 5th place. But 5th through about 12th place is only about a 42-point difference. So that the 4th through 12th positions could be shook up tonight, could be shook up next week. It's going to be hard for anybody to secure outside the top 4. It's going to be very difficult for any of those guys to secure a position tonight unless they can pull off the win and hope some of their competitors are a little bit further back. In fact, after this race, we will try and get the points posted in the stream so you guys can see where they stand in the 305s and the 358s. And obviously, while we're talking about the Outcast boys, don't forget to tune in Wednesday night to see them boys run the SR8s. Now, they dubbed this week affectionately as Hell Week. That is because they are here tonight at Fairbury. They are at Talladega on Wednesday night, and several of the other series are at extremely difficult tracks, so they've been kind of dreading this week as it's come along, and here they are now. A lot of the guys before the race were just talking about just wanting to survive tonight. As you heard Doug Norton say, he just wants to survive, get out clean, get out with some points, and hopefully secure a position. Doug Norton is currently 6th in the 358s. It'll be coming later tonight, and he does have some room to move up as well. We'll go over the 358 points once we get to them, but for now, we are in the 305s with just 6 minutes left to practice. So while we are waiting, let's see. Does not look like we have anyone else to talk to yet, but we do want to give a shout out to B-Make Designs, the graphic designers, and MotoWear International, both sponsors of the Outcast Dirt Series and the other Outcast Series as well. Huge shout out to them. Thank you for helping put these races on. And of course, talking about the broadcasting, this week we've got XCal again tomorrow night. Those guys have been doing their heats trying to get to the final starting order for tomorrow night. That will be some exciting street stock action. And when that will go live at 7:30 Eastern tomorrow night, actually a little bit before then. And that is definitely a riot. It is hilarious. It does have a little bit more adult rating to it, so keep that in mind, but it is just flat out hilarious, and we've got some special surprises for that broadcast this week as well, so it will be even more funny. Wednesday night, we will have the Northeast Racers Hardcore Series, the street stocks at 7:30 Eastern, and of course the Outcast SR8s at 9 Eastern. Now, next Sunday night is Valentine's Day, so not sure what BRR is looking at just yet. They've decided to take the week off, so some of us can stay out of trouble with our wives. So we'll see what happens if we have a broadcast with that. If it's a fun race, we might hop into it. We'll just see how things play out. And of course, there will be streams throughout the week of me racing and doing a really bad job of it, including tomorrow, which is Dirt Tuesday. That means we'll start the morning off with Rallycross with Jared Heasley and some of the BRR guys, followed by some Pro 4 action, some 305s, and who knows what other kind of trouble we'll get into before the day is out tomorrow. So a ton of excitement. I did not get the podcast out this morning because I wasn't feeling great, and then I forgot. So I will get that out this evening after these races, but you definitely want to stick around for all the excitement that's going on here tonight. And Nick Frank in the chat, good luck to all is true. Let's see if Derek ever got back out on track. Does not look like he did. Nope, the 40 is still on pit road. Michael Whiting is out there getting the last few minutes of practice out of the way. Currently fastest on the track is Chris Standridge. Ryan Nesbitt is second fastest. Michael Whiting. Then Derek is fourth. James Johnson is fifth. Tom Lance, Skylar Massey, Ben Flanagan, Doug Norton, and Dwayne Kenner round out your top 10. And the field is rounded out by Patrick Coluccio, Gerald Thanos Poole, Mikey Mixter, Matt Watford, Wayne Bridges, and Corey Goodall. So got a very strong field out there tonight, as always, as the track is slicked off already quite a bit. You see some of these guys practice on the slicked off track. They start with a zero state track. They will have no wear in on it. They'll have fresh dirt all the way around the track, but as you see, it wears off rather quickly here. This is a very tiny track. The dirt, it is only a quarter mile long, and the dirt moves very, very quickly out of the groove, and they will struggle with it. These guys, we've seen it the last few weeks, these guys that stayed out and practiced on the slick, seem to have an advantage. So we'll have to watch the 44 Michael Whiting. He's always fast. Skylar Massey and Corey Goodall are the three still practicing. We'll see if that pays off for them later in the race. And looks like most of them have hit pit road again. This is an interesting pit road. I am sure we will see a few on pit road before the night is out. And this pit road exit and entry is a little bit tricky. It's a little bit weird. And your first time on this track, which I doubt any of these guys it's their first time. They did have a practice race earlier, but your first time on this track is a bit confusing and a bit off, to say the least. So anybody who has to go to pit road is going to be having to navigate that interesting setup tonight. 1 minute left in practice. While you got that minute left, why don't you go to YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, like, share, subscribe, give everything a little bit of love. We are on all three platforms. Tonight's races, I should say, will be on YouTube immediately after the 358. I go to work on them. Takes a couple hours, but they will be up later in the evening. So if you missed some of the insanity tonight, you can definitely go back and rewatch it on YouTube. You can also rewatch it on Twitch and on Facebook. And we are live streaming to both Facebook and Twitch at the moment. These guys have been throwing up so much dirt, some got on my glasses. Had to clean those off real quick. All right, 10 seconds left to go until we start the night. Multiple heats going into this. Looks like by the number of drivers, looks like we'll have about 3 heats, I believe, tonight. And then we will have a feature. And just remember, Doug Norton is going to be fighting for some points tonight. We will see how it plays out for him. All right. Qualifying is just getting underway. We will try and take a look at Mr. Derek Nearhood once he comes out. In the meantime, we will see who we can put an eye on. Looks like the 40 is about to come out now. Yeah, it looks like Derek's taking a little bit more time than usual to get onto the track. I'm wondering if he's having some problems. As we hop over and look at the Ryan Nesbitt having some struggles on his, or I'm sorry, that is James Johnson having some problems in his qualifying. 44 of Michael Whiting is out there. Ryan Nesbitt in the 74 has been the fastest. Now the 40 of Derek Nearhood is on track, trying to get his laps in as quickly as possible. Looks like they're doing single lap qualifying tonight. That gets everybody in and out very quickly. And we did say tonight would be an adventure, as those tires do belong to Doug Norton, I do believe. You probably ought to stay off of them, Derek. He may not like those. May not like that at all. All right, looks like everybody's qualifying. So qualifying going for the first heat, it looks like Ryan Nesbitt qualified fastest, then Corey Goodall, Derek Nearhood, Tom Land, Brian Mansfield is 5th, Dwayne Kenner, Michael Whiting, Chris Standridge, Patrick Coluccio, And Skylar Massey round out the top 10. 11th is Doug Norton. 12th is Ben Flanagan. And Gerald Poole is 13th. So that will decide their qualifying order out of their 17 cars out there. Looks like 4 of them just did not get their qualifying in or are not going to qualify tonight. So we'll see how that plays out. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off. And if you got that movie reference, drop a comment in the chat. I'd just like to see how many people got it. Just a few seconds left, and then we're going to drop into the first heat. My feet were in the wrong position. That was a struggle. All right. Looks like we're lining up for the first heat. Looks like we've got Ryan Nesbitt out there. We've got Tom Land out there. We've got Wayne Bridges out there. We've got Skylar Massey out there. We've got Gerald Thanos Poole back there. Looks like we're missing 1 or 2 more cars. There is the 74 of Ryan Nesbitt. Tom Land in the 91 there to the outside. Wayne Bridges back there in the second row. Wayne is in the third row. Skylar is in the second row on the outside. Michael Whiting to the inside of the second row. Gerald Thanos Poole on the inside of the third row. And he's got Wayne Bridges out there with him. As pace car is off, looks like we're going to start this one off with 6 of them tonight. And we'll wait for that pace car to duck off onto the very oddball pit road here in just a moment and watch the green flag drop. Pace car is in. They will wait for the green flag and then they will go. They go on the green flag on the first start and on the leader the rest, and it looks like they are off and away. The number 91 of Tom Land got a little bit of a jump, but the 74 jumps back into the lead. They are going to battle side by side through the first lap. The 74 gets out into the lead right away. That is Ryan Nesbitt. Skylar Massey looked like he was having some problems back there, got into the wall. He has saved it and coming back on the outside of the 92 of Wayne Bridges. And we've got a 4-way battle going on back here for about third through 6th. Oh, Skylar Massey got into the wall again, staying green for the moment. And the leaders have checked out from the field, but caution is out. We have our first caution of the night. And as we saw in the early running, Skylar Massey just gets a little too high coming off the turn, catches Gerald Thanos Poole, gets it turned around, but it was enough to make the flag man drop the yellow flag. Back with it, Skylar Massey is still out on track. Gerald Thanos Poole looks like he is on pit road. 1 lap to green. Up, we're about to go green. Ryan Nesbitt still in the lead. But he is about to have his hands full again. Tom Land right there with him. Green flag is in the air. Ryan gets a good jump on him this time. Chris Standridge did tell me before the race that the outside line is the fastest, but you also run the risk of hitting that wall. It's a very big concern with these drivers tonight, more so than at other tracks. That cushion is not very big. They get up there, they could possibly hit the wall. That inside line is tougher to drive, but safer and occasionally faster. So I'd imagine we'll see most of these guys running that high line until it comes time to make a pass. And I barely finished talking. On to heat number 2. Keep forgetting this is a quarter-mile track. 8 laps goes very quickly. All right, we've got the 333 of Corey Goodall out there. Looks like we've got Chris Standridge right behind him. Brian Mansfield right there in the green car. Got James Johnson back there in the 39. The 52 of Doug Tyre Norton. Pace car should be ducking off here. Waiting for the green flag. Green flag is in the air. Brian Mansfield gets a huge jump through turns 1 and 2. Looks like Chris Standridge just did not get going. He is back up to speed now, but he has slipped all the way back to 5th. Brian Mansfield has started to check out a little bit from the 333 of Corey Goodall. You can see him getting a bit squirrely out there. 333 is holding it on, and here comes Doug Tyre Norton right behind him. Oh, Chris Standridge there was what he was talking about before the race. He ran up and just tagged the outside wall. Looks like Chris is moving again, but he is way towards the back now. Brian Mansfield, as they pass halfway, Brian Mansfield has built himself a little bit of a lead. Corey Goodall trying to run him down on that middle line, and it seems to be working. He comes right up to the back. Coming to 2 laps to go. Brian Mansfield still leading. Corey Goodall trying to find any speed he can. It looks like they're going to finish 1 lap to go. Looks like Brian Mansfield's going to bring this one home. Corey Goodall 2nd currently. Doug Norton 3rd. James Johnson is 4th. And Chris Standridge, after a couple of rough start and getting into the outside wall in turn 4, he comes home in 5th. And that is the end of heat number 2. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, for heat number 3. And of course, in the chat, we've got Belair, James Belair. All right, we have got the 40 car to the inside. That is Derek Nearhood. On the back row there is the 111. Then you've got Patrick Coluccio in the 99. Dwayne Kenner in the 32 on the front row. Mr. Watford back there on the back of the field, rounding them out. All right, here we go. Pace car will duck off. The leader, the 40 car, Derek Nearhood, will take him down once the green flag is in the air. Remember, this is a quarter-mile track. The laps do not take long at all. We'll try and ride along with somebody in the feature just to see how quick. But right now, green flag is in the air. Heat number 3 is underway. 40 car uses that line to his advantage and gets up there, manages to hold the lead, but the 32 Dwayne Kenner back there. Oh, we've got one. Looks like the 111 was in the wall and upside down. Staying green for the moment. And it looks like Ben Flanagan in the 111 might be, yeah, he is on pit road. Derek Nearhood and Dwayne Kenner battling for first and second on lap 3. Caution is out. And I'm not sure what happened, but cannot find the incident that brought the caution out. All 4 cars stayed upright. I am not sure exactly what happened there. As we get the one to green, looks like Derek Nearhood's going to lead him down again. Caution laps do not count, so they still have a couple of laps to run this thing out, and the 32 Dwayne Kenner now has that inside line. The 40 of Derek Nearhood gets a good jump on the restart on the outside. Let's see if he can maintain. Looks like he's going to, and looks like he might be bringing Mr. Watford with him. Matt Watford looks like he is about to take, yeah, he claims second spot. The 32 is coming back on the inside. And of course, Patrick Galuccio right there in the thick of it as they cross the finish line. It's Derek Nearhood, Matt Watford, Dwayne Kenner, Patrick Galuccio, and Ben Flanagan. On to the consolation heat. Kind of a shock to see the 3 car of Chris Standridge out there in the consolation heat, but hey, and shout out to Mr. Nick Franks. Thank you, sir. All right. Michael Whiting in the 44 is leading him down. Got the 39 of James Johnson there to the outside. Skylar Massey on the outside of the second row. We'll be going through the field here momentarily. Of course, we got the yellow and white back there. Big surprise seeing Chris this far back tonight, but we will see if he can make it up in this heat. Green flag is in the air. They are headed down into turn 1. Michael Whiting might lose the lead right off the bat. James Johnson got one heck of a run on the outside. Michael Whiting not giving up that easily, but that outside line just has the run tonight as they come through 1 and 2. You got cars slipping and sliding back there, and James Johnson is just pulling away with it. Skylar Massey is on his way to the front as well, back there in third right now. Fourth place car, it looks like of Ben Flanagan back there struggling a little bit off the corners, gets it squared away. He is back in it. Patrick Galuccio back there as well. He is managing to hold the 3 of Chris Standridge off. Not for long though. Here comes Chris to the inside as they duck off. Oh, they touch coming through 4. Everybody keeps it straight. There is Thanos right behind them. Halfway already in this 12-lap consolation feature. As you see, James starting to get a little squirrely. The track's already slicking off quite a bit. Even though it's just a 12-lap event, the track is getting very slick, very fast, especially up there where they want to run. But the front three have broken away. James Johnson, Michael Whiting, Skylar Massey have all broken away. Ben Flanagan sitting back there in fourth. He is kind of splitting the field. Oh, the 39 struggles getting off the turn. Michael Whiting is there on the outside trying to capitalize. Skylar Massey struggles trying to capitalize, got too low. Looks like he just bogged down a little bit. Almost made a move for the lead and gets sent back to third. Now he's going to have to compete with Ben Flanagan in the 111 with 2 laps to go. The battle is still going at the front. James Johnson still has Michael Whiting right there within striking distance, but he is starting to open up a bit of a lead. 1 lap to go. It looks like James Johnson might have this one wrapped up. Michael Whiting is in second, but back there Skylar Massey is still fighting. He's holding on to third. Ben Flanagan's right there behind him. Now it will be Skylar Massey coming home third, Ben Flanagan fourth, Chris Standridge comes home in fifth, Gerald Thanos Poole sixth, and Patrick Coluccio finishes seventh. As we move on to the warm-up. 2-minute warm-up, and then we will get going again. Well, I do very much appreciate it, Nick. Thank you very much. All right, 2-minute warm-up. I'm going to take a quick drink of water and a breath here for a second. This is going to be a heck of a feature. All right, going into this feature, we saw Chris Standridge finish 5th in that previous race. Ryan Nesbitt, Dwayne Kenner, both been really fast here tonight. Ryan Nesbitt currently fastest on the track. Dwayne Kenner is second in points. Looks like he is struggling a little bit back in 11th. Chris Standridge is struggling in 9th. It's unusual to see Chris struggling at all of these dirt tracks, but everybody has a rough night or a track they struggle at. Corey Goodall, 4th in points, currently running 6th on track, and Doug Tyre Norton is about 11th on track. As they finish up the last 18 seconds of practice here. You heard Doug Norton say it in the pre-race. We fully expect carnage here tonight. Chris Standridge said the same thing when I talked to him before the race tonight. After they did the practice race, everybody was saying carnage. And I don't necessarily think they meant the character Carnage from Venom movie. All right, everybody's lined up. You got Ryan Nesbitt and Brian Mansfield on the front row. Derek Nearhood and Tom Land, second row. Corey Goodall, Matt Watford, 5th and 6th. 7th and 8th is Wayne Bridges and Doug Norton. 9th and 10th, Dwayne Kenner and James Johnson. Michael Whiting, Skylar Massey, Ben Flanagan, Chris Standridge, Gerald Thanos Poole, and Patrick Coluccio round out the field from 11th to 16th. They do have 2 fast repairs here tonight for this feature event. 30 laps around this quarter-mile track, as we've got, looks like, about to have some problems on this start. It looks like Ryan Nesbitt fell to the back. I believe that was due to a win last week or one of his finishes last week, but that does put the 40 car on the front row as they go green, and let's see if Derek Nearhood can capitalize on that. As he gets down into turn 1, you saw him just sling it in there through turn 1. Watch him come off turn 4. Oh, we've got cars crashing. Caution is out for the first time in the feature. All right, looks like we're looking at Brian Mansfield as he comes off turn 4, just gets into the wall. Looks like Skylar Massey just barely avoids it. Ryan Nesbitt avoids it, but the 32 catches it. So, fortunately, very few cars caught up in that. And you can see what I was talking about in the pre-race. This pit road is really quite difficult. And it being a quarter-mile track, if anything goes wrong anywhere, everybody behind it is at risk of getting caught up in it. Even on the pace laps, as we saw when the 74 of Ryan Nesbitt was dropping back, pace car is in. Looks like some of the guys in the back are still getting bunched up. They are going. Green flag is in the air. Derek Nearhood gets a good jump on the pack this time. Looks like some of the cars were still getting bunched up because Derek's about to come around, and looks like Brian Mansfield not far ahead of the leader. So he's going to be under. Oh, we've got another issue. Looks like coming through turn 2, second caution. Looks like we are looking at the 92 as he gets into the turn. Just gets a little bump from Doug Tire Norton and gets him turned, stuck in the middle of the track. Everybody gets by clear. That brings us under caution. All right, still got the 40 of Derek Nearhood at the front. 1 to green. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. Here comes Derek Nearhood leading him down. Corey Goodall right behind him, the 32 to the inside. And we've got another accident back there. All right, let's see if we've got the right incident. Looks like we got several. Corey Goodall just got bound up there, and looks like the 44 of Michael Whiting got caught by the car behind him trying to woe up. And that brings us under caution again. Boy, keeping up with these guys is going to be a full-time job in itself. Frank, it doesn't take much, and these guys are always willing to help. It just takes a lot of practice, and I know that Chris Standridge is real big on helping, so if you're interested in dirt, this is the group to do it with. Green flag is in the air. The 40 of Derek Nearhood leads him down into turn 1 again. And here comes the whole field. They were much tighter on this restart. Looks like the 39 was struggling coming off turn 4. He was right up there and grazed the wall, I do believe, but he gets around clear. Oh, we've got a car in the wall. Caution is out again. I do believe we are looking at the 10 car of Matt Watford as he comes out of turn 2, just gets together a little bit with another car and gets sent for a ride, manages to recover. Everybody keeps going forward. And you can see Matt is on pit road. This pit road, like we said, is extremely tricky. They do have 2 fast repairs, but getting on pit road, getting that done, and getting back out is a bit tricky. It's very easy to get a black flag here, so these guys have to be very careful with their pit road tonight. I can imagine how much fun it's going to be when they go to the 358s next time around. Pace truck is in, and green flag is in the air. Derek Nearhood leads them down into turn 1 yet again. Looks like James Johnson and Doug Norton had a little problems on the low line in turn 1. Let's see if they recover it. Okay, they both lost a few spots. Looks like James has got it back under control. There on the outside, Chris Standridge, he started in 14th, he's up to 6th. The 39, James Johnson, started at 10th, he's up to 5th now. So these guys aren't losing too terribly much time. Got a lot of bumping and banging back there. Looks like the 52 of Doug Norton is struggling just a bit. He just got into it with the car of Skylar Massey and brings us under caution. All right, looks like Thanos got in there a little hotter than Doug Norton did, and they got caught Skylar Massey as well. And Doug Norton manages to save it, not cause anybody else any problems. But yeah, rough night so far. Only 12 laps in. Looks like everybody, but I do believe the 77 is on pit road. I'm sorry, I misread that. The 44, Michael Whiting, was on pit road. He is back out. I do believe he was in that gaggle of cars back there. 1 lap to green. They will stack back up side by side. Pace truck is in. Green flag is in the air. And the 40 of Derek Nearhood gets in there, but the 333 of Corey Goodall went full send into the corner. He got a little bit bound up, got into another car. We're 4 wide back here. Can't imagine why they're having all the bumping and banging when they're going into the turns. 4 wide. Look at this. The 52 of Doug Norton gets caught up with the 44 of Michael Whiting. And it looks like Thanos is trying to make a run through the field. He is leaning on Skylar Massey really hard there. The 40 of Derek Nearhood still up there in the lead. Here comes the 32 of Dwayne Kenner, though, and the 39 of James Johnson. James started in 10th. Dwayne started in 9th. They are up there battling for 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Corey Goodall has dropped back to 4th. And right behind him, oh, we've got one riding on the wall. Looks like he kept it straight, though. No caution yet, but oh, the 3 and the 74 get together. '74 of Ryan Nesbitt was involved in that. Looks like that brings us under caution. And it looks like it actually, the caution was brought out when Wayne Bridges, looks like he got bumped up into turn 1, spun, and caught the wall. Looks like that was Tom Land that drifted up into him. As we said, this track is extremely difficult. These guys are really great drivers, but this is an extremely difficult track. Rick Watford, I'm assuming you're cheering on Mr. Matt Watford in the number 10. Let's see where he is. Currently back in 14th place as the pace car drops off. Keep a close eye on him. Green flag is in the air. The 40 of Derek Nearhood leads them down. There is James Johnson and Corey Goodall yet again. And here we go, 4 wide. And we've got another wreck. Looks like Thanos got caught this time. Are they going to stay upright? Nope. Caution is out. All right, let's see if we can see. Looks like, can't tell what car that is to the inside, but he got up into Thanos, got him a little bit bumped, and just started sending him around. This track is not only extremely short, it is extremely narrow, so it makes any passing a risky proposition, so you're going to see a lot of bumping. When we get to the 358s here in just a little bit, those cars can take a little bit more of a beating as they go through the turns when they're leaning on each other. I'd imagine we'll see some four-rod racing in those things, but they will be able to hold on to those just a little bit easier. And green flag is in the air. Derek Nearhood leads them down again. Track is starting to slick off. You see the 40 move down just a little bit, but the 39 of James Johnson down there on the low line. And James Johnson jumps to the lead. It looks like we've got some bumping back there mid-pack. Let's see if we can see. Caution is out again. And we are looking, I do believe, at the 10 of Matt Watford. Just gets up. There's a couple guys banging on the outside. Somebody came down and looked like it was a 17 that came down and got into him, and that brings us under caution again. Does look like Matt had to get a tow. He was left on his side. That's going to, hopefully his tow will complete in time to get him back out, keep him on the lead lap. He was charging to the front. He was back up to 8th. All right, 1 to green. Pace car getting ready to duck off onto the pit road. Matt Watford still on pit road at the moment, so his coming back out could be a little bit interesting. Green flag is in the air. 10 laps to go. Got James Johnson to the inside. The 40 of Derek Nearhood on the outside line. And we've got 3 and 4 wide again back behind them. Looking at them coming through. Everybody's drifting around, saving themselves from the wall so far. This time, but oh, the 44 of Michael Whiting looked like he was around. It looks like he got it straightened back up. They stay under green. The 39 has opened up a bit of a lead with 7 laps to go. Looks like Dwayne Kenner in the 32 is back in second, and back behind him there's one heck of a battle, including the points leader, the 74, Ryan Nesbitt. He's running that low line, and he's got Chris Standridge to the outside. Chris uses that high line run, and looks like he is about to gain the position, and caution comes out again. All right, looks like Brian Mansfield was struggling through the corner, got into Corey Goodall. Corey slowed down, and Skylar Massey got caught up. And it looks like Skylar was actually having some problems getting on pit road. All right, looks looks like they're going to single file this restart. Just about 4 or 5 laps to go. James Johnson in the lead, Dwayne Kenner second, Chris Standridge third, Ryan Nesbitt back there in fourth. Green flag is in the air. And here they go racing for that lead. The 32 gets bound up on the bottom. He is losing time like crazy. The 74, Ryan Nesbitt, has a run to the inside for second place. That is your points leader, the 74 car. Battling for about second, third, and fourth. Now they've got Chris Standridge in the 3 right there. 4 laps to go. Coming to 3 laps to go. Sliding around like crazy. They are full sending it into the corner. Bouncing off each other. Some great saves going on right behind this field, but caution is out as the 32 just yeets into the wall. All right, looks like we're looking at the 44 of Michael Whiting got in there, and looks like there was a wreck on the outside. A couple guys checked up, and the 44 got into it. However, do believe that's going to give Matt Watford one of his laps back, at least put him back on the, we'll have to see here, still 1 lap down with just a couple laps to go. Single file restart. Looks like the 40 of Derek Nearhood is currently showing off track, looking for his car right now. 39 of James Johnson gets the green flag, drops into turn 1. The 3 car, Chris Standridge there to the inside, the 74 on the outside. They are battling not only for on track for position as they get the 1 to go, they are battling for some points here. Dive it off into turn 3. It looks like the 3 car, no, the 74 car pulls it off at the line. The 39 of James Johnson wins. Ryan Nesbitt comes home second, Chris Standridge third, Corey Goodall fourth, Brian Mansfield recovers from his earlier incident for fifth, Tom Land sixth, Gerald Thanos Poole started in 15th, moved up to 7th, Dwayne Kenner finishes 8th, Doug Norton finishes 9th, Ben Flanagan 10th, Michael Whiting, Patrick Coluccio, Wayne Bridges, Matt Watford comes home 14th, Derek Nearhood 15th, and Skylar Massey comes home 16th. And this was definitely a rough night, but let's go watch them celebrate. We missed the first part of James's celebration. Hopefully, yeah, it looks like they're not stopping. All right, good deal. We didn't miss too much. He can still get sent out of the track. Oh, Gerald gets him really good. Brian helps him get around, but the job is not done yet. His motor is not smoking. Michael Whiting looks like he's going to back up and give it a run here. This is probably the best way to celebrate a race win. Unless you have a problem with motion sickness, then this could be the worst way to celebrate, especially if you're in VR. And it looks like the post-race celebration is about done for his car. And we will wait here for a moment and get some of these drivers in here, do some interviews. Definitely stick around because we will have the 358s in just a little bit. Their practice will start. We will get in there and with them. But right now, looks like we've got Ryan Nesbitt with us. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, great points tonight for sure, and a good second place finish, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, it was a tough race, but yeah, no, glad to come home with a second.
Now, you started way in the back and managed to work your way all to the front despite all the incidents in front of you. I know you got caught in a couple. Were there any times you were starting to get a little worried?
Yeah, when I had to pit there, I didn't think I was ever going to make it back up into the top 10, but it all worked out. Got the brakes when we needed them and found a fast line.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, man. Go celebrate. And James Johnson is with us. Congratulations, buddy. Great win.
Thank you.
It took you a little bit to get past Derek, but once you did, man, you kind of checked out from him. Every restart, you were just gone.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, once the top slicks off, you got to learn how to roll the bottom. And I was just hoping it would slick off, quick enough so I could roll the bottom, and that's all I did.
And you definitely did a great job around the bottom. In fact, you were running the bottom most of the race and making up positions even before it slicked off up top. So that was some excellent driving on your part.
I found something in Concy when coming from, the last 2 laps when I think it was Michael gaining on me. I'm like, I got to try something different. And I was like, oh, I gained some time.
Well, that's awesome. It definitely paid off tonight. And congratulations, man. Great win.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Let's see if we can pull Chris Standridge in here and talk to him real quick. He finished third. Hey, Chris, this is Doug. You got me?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, hard fought third place tonight, buddy.
Yeah, who needs a full car anyway?
Well,
Yeah, I think I won like probably $2,000, and I'm going to spend about $5,000 on repairs.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, because you're missing about half your car, and probably had to replace parts mid race too.
Well, I thought about going in, but it was like then I have to go to the back, and there was just no getting through the field. I mean, it was all over the place. So I thought, I did a couple of test turns there, and felt like it was okay. So I figured with a small track like that, you don't really need to know so bad anyway. So I decided to try it out.
Well, sometimes the no-nose thing will pay off. It's paid off for me once, so it obviously paid off for you tonight.
Yeah, I wish I could have stayed ahead of Ryan there. Man, that guy's good.
Yeah, he was really good. And you guys, I thought for sure you had second place when you came off of turn 4, but he just managed to nose past you. Maybe not having a front wing was part of the problem.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. There was just nothing down there. That was what happened earlier in the heat there, and then in the B main, it was like I started at the back and at the bottom, and then there just wasn't any passing. There wasn't any way to get up there, so I really spent all my time practicing on a slick track there, and so I don't know how to drive it tacky, and I kept running into people, running into the wall, and trying not to do that. So.
Well, you and Ryan both had great points nights. Dwayne came home, looks like, in 8th place, so you definitely closed that gap up to second going into next week.
Yeah, I think basically Ryan has to finish last, and I have to win to catch him, but that's all right. You never know what'll happen at Knoxville.
That is very, very true. All right, predictions for the 358 race.
Chaos.
Okay.
It'll be better than this. This track works a lot better for the stock cars than I think the 305s are like the hardest car there is to drive on that track. Whoever did the setup for those 305s on this track it just doesn't make any sense. So I don't know anybody who enjoys running Fairbury in sprint cars. So I think it'll be good.
Well, from personal experience, I hate running Fairbury in anything, but especially the sprint cars. So.
Yeah, it's definitely Hellberry. But I used to live by it in real life, and it was great racing, and you didn't see nearly as much trouble. It's like I said, I just think iRacing really messed up the setup on it because it should be a lot better than that.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll be talking to you here before too much longer when you guys hop in the 358s.
All right, take care.
All right, thank you. All right, that was Chris Standards. We talked to our top 3, but don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break, and we will be back with the 358s here shortly. So stick around. Go like, share, subscribe to Twitch, the Facebook, the YouTube. Don't want to miss out on anything. We will be back with 358 Big Blocks before you know it.